Okay, next question. What are your favorite places in Korea?
Busan.
Yeah. Busan is a vibe.
Busan is my favorite city in all of Korea. There has never been any other city that has come close to touching the hem of what I love about Busan. Like, it's so beautiful. It's chill. The people there are like, I love it. I love Busan. Like, so many people love Seoul. I don't like Seoul. I can't breathe up there. But but Busan, you get the beach. You get the chill vibes of beach people. They're a little nitty. They're a little rougher over there too. But Busan, it cannot be matched. Busan has like a special place in my heart, and I just love it.
Okay, there you have
What's your favorite city so far?
So I haven't been to Seoul. I've only been. I'm going this weekend.
Oh,
so,
good.
yeah, that was gonna be my first time. But I've been to Busan. I've been to Gwangju. I've been to Suncheon. I've been to Yosu. And of those ones, I think Yosu, like for me, because let me explain. Like Yosu reminds me a lot of Cape Town back home, and I love Cape Town. It's got like it's smaller than Busan, but it doesn't have a lot to do. But I don't know why I feel so comfortable there. Like maybe I like the fact that it's still beachy, but it's like small enough for me to like do everything. But like number 2 is Busan because the people there are like so unique. I just like, oh, you guys are different. Like
different.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's refreshing. It's like, is this Korea?
I love Busan.
Yeah, Busan is close second.
I always talk about how much I love Busan, and then every time I visit it again, I'm like, yeah, I really do love Busan. It never disappoints. Even when it is disappointing and I don't get to have as much fun as I thought I would, I still just love it there. It's beautiful. I think everyone should go to Busan. I do think you need to go to Seoul.
Yeah.
But Busan's better.
Okay, I'll see how I feel after I've been to Seoul, because apparently Seoul there's like a plethora of things to do. But I mean, a lot of people that is from the US compare it to New York, and I've been to New York, so I'm like, I didn't love New York. Like, I didn't love Times Square. I didn't like that. Wasn't like a go-to must-see city for me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can see that. Like, I do think Seoul has everyone beat. There's a shit ton of stuff to do. Can we cuss on your channel? There's a shit ton of stuff to do there. You will never be bored. There's plenty of Instagrammable activities and places. So they have the rest of the country beat in that. But I still love Busan more because Seoul is too much for me. Yeah. It's too much. I'm not a New York City girl. I'm a Nashville girl. I like medium-sized cities where it's like there's a lot to do, but I can move around without touching people. So
yeah.
I'll take Busan any day.
Yay. Okay, and then the next question is, what do you enjoy most and least about, what have you enjoyed most and least about your time here, and what will you miss most?
Okay, what have I enjoyed most? I've enjoyed solitude here the most. You have a lot of alone time, and during that time you can really figure out what kind of person you are, what you want in life, what moves you, what doesn't move you, what are your what's wrong with you. You have a lot of time to figure that shit out. Yeah. But so I love that part about living here, but that can also be the worst thing about living here is the long time. You have to really go out of your way to connect with people, and with the panini going on, with Omarion like spreading throughout the world, it makes it really difficult to connect to people, and you need that. You need human connection. So for the worst thing, it'll be the solitude. The best thing is solitude, the worst thing is solitude. Well, also the discrimination does suck because there's no laws against that. They can say we don't want foreigners in our restaurant, and you just gotta take it. And it's like, okay, I'm from the US where discrimination is definitely a rampant thing, but there are laws. There are laws that you can have to give you a semblance of hope. There's no hope here. You just deal with it, or you just have to comfort yourself. They don't get my money. At least I didn't spend money there. But the laws don't protect us at all. That sucks.
Dang.
What was the second part of that?
What will you miss the most? I think you answered that.
What will I miss the most? Yeah, the solitude. I like being able to do what I want every day. I like being able to do what I want. If I want to take up a hobby, I can usually just figure it out on my own. And I feel like my life is mine here.
Oh, and for the people that are like fresh out of college, I think you guys will really enjoy the independence. If you're fresh out of college and you're starting with this job, like you're gonna have to learn how to really communicate, because you have to learn everything, like banking, setting up banking, like
banking.
Oh, it's so stressful. It's so stressful. All of those things. So you will really gain a lot of indendependence also when you come here. So
or if you just finished college, or if you have strict parents.
Yeah,
it's great, but don't go crazy. Don't do too much.
Okay. Any pet peeves you have, Lydia, that you've developed since?
Probably so many. Off the top of my head is people spit a
Yeah,
lot here.
yo,
And I don't get it. Like,
Yep.
I would sometimes I would be like, what's wrong with you? Like, the spitting. And it's not just like, achoo. It's like,
Yep. And
just,
you see it because it's on the. It's
so thick. You'll be walking, you see gloves.
It's so
Like,
bad.
it's so horrible. That, and then there's something they call snot rocket. I don't know what they call it in Korean, but it's a snot rocket where people, when they don't, I guess they don't have tissues to blow their nose, or they don't want to get tissues, and they just like, and like, it's not just like a, it's like a, they do all of that, and they'll do it in public, and you're just like staring, or at least I am staring, horrified, like, sir, what's going on with your body? Like, goodness, it's
so disgusting.
Yeah, I've never gotten used to that. I will never get used to it. Like, I don't know. I don't like bodily fluids, so just people doing like the spit, and it's so dramatic and loud. It's just the worst. And the snot rocket's loud too, and it's just, I hate it.
And the fact that it's not only the guys that spit, it's
The girls do it too.
Guys,
Oh, another thing. I don't know if this is just, I don't know. From what I see is people don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. A lot of, or at least enough people don't wash their hands to the point where it's noticeable that people aren't washing their hands. In the girls' bathroom, people go straight to the mirror, put on the makeup, whatever, and leave. People are not washing their hands. So that is something else. And another thing, because I like go to the gym, sometimes you'll have like people, like they shower in the gym area, the little communal showers or whatever, and they will use the blow dryer on their crotch.
No.
Yes. See, you're here during Corona time, so like, I don't know about your gym, but my gym, they closed the showers for a while, so I didn't see it as much, but like, they do that. And it'll be the public blow dryer for everybody.
No.
And they'll be like,
Oh my, I've never seen no.
and it's like, I'm not saying that does not happen in the U.S., but you will get a side eye. You get a few side eyes, or maybe someone even will come up to you and say, "Girl, that's nasty," or "Wash your hands," or "Why are you putting your blow dryer there? Go home for that." Like here, there's nothing. It's normal, and I hate it. I won't say any more pet peeves.
Because there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Another thing.
There's a lot. But you've been here 7 years, so you're
7 years of things
building up, piling up like. Okay. The next question. Were you able to save a lot while living here?
First of all, I'm not good with money. I've never been good with money. I'm not a person who like goes into debt, but I'm not good with money. So no, I was not. I mean, there's a default saving because with the U.S., Korea has that whole pension deal going on. So there's that money by default. It's a lot. It's nice. But
South Africans, we don't have that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, as far as me actively saving, hell no. I've never been a good person with money. I did get better with money. I learned something along the way, but I did not save the way that
You intend.
I didn't even intend it. I know myself, but I was hoping that somehow magically I would be able to save without actively trying to save money, and that did not happen. But like I said, I'm terrible with money. If you are bad with money, you're probably gonna be bad with money while you're here, unless you do something to actively change that. If you're good with money, then it'll be great. I did have a friend who did save a lot of money actively, but she like didn't go anywhere. She didn't do anything. So like, she saved money, but at what cost?
Yeah. There should be a healthy balance because I think I've saved like quite a decent amount, and I've only been here 6 months.
Are you good with money usually?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
If you're good with money, you can save a lot.
You can.
Not me. I don't owe anybody any money, but I will spend all of my money up until the day I get paid. I will live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to, but I've accepted that part of myself.
That's important too.
Yeah. No, but before I like never had actual savings, like a significant amount of savings in my savings account. And now I do, but it was very late. Like I think I started actually actively saving a good amount of money last year. And now that I'm leaving Korea, a lot of that money is going, it's being spent on me leaving Korea.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's there, but if you're not good with money, there's not going to be any magic done here.
So that's some real truth, guys. Truths. Okay, we only have a few more questions. So what are some realistic expectations people should have about living here? More like K-dramas. That's the ones. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm so happy that I didn't have that coming to Korea. I didn't know anything about K-dramas. I didn't know anything about K-pop. So I was just like, people were just like, and I was just like, what is that? What is all of this that you're saying to me?
Okay, that's what you're talking about with expectations. Yeah, don't have those. If you have been exposed to Korean dramas and Korean entertainment, you might have one idea of the way that Korea is. But just know at the end of the day, people are people, just like any other country, just like any other. Sorry, I was touching the table. just like any other country or any races of people, there's shitty people and there's great people. So don't come expecting people to be cute little aliens for you to like gawk at. Like these are people. These are people. You are going to live in Korea as a person. Like I know a lot of people are stuck on living their life with main character energy these days, but like you're not the main character here for the most part. I mean, you're that one little weird side character because you don't look like everyone else, but that's it. Just come here knowing, like, if you are here to work, know that that is your main purpose here. You have, if you're a public school teacher, you'll have plenty of time to explore other purposes in your life. If you're a Hagwon teacher, not as much time. If you're a student, then make friends with your other students. You'll have a good time here. You will likely know the language. So just make sure that you come here knowing what you're here to do, and make sure it's not anything unrealistic. Yeah, your realistic expectation should just be like you're in a country of new people with a different culture, but they are people. So just keep that in mind. Everyone is a person. Everyone has things that drives them and things that they don't like, and everyone has whole personalities. So don't treat Korea like a K-drama or a K-pop. Also, if you come here as a K-pop fan and you're expecting everyone to look like K-pop characters, you're gonna be real sad.
Especially if you come to the countryside.
Yeah.
Not hating on the country folk.
But it's real people here.
Yeah. Okay, that about answers it. Okay, our next question is, wait, what? One question a person should ask.
It's a tiered question, so it's like, what are the pros and cons of going to this country? I'm a very practical person, so I decide a lot of things based on pros and cons. So I think that's a big question. That's a big thing. People can really see the layout of what's going to happen when they write down the pros and cons. So I did that before coming to Korea. It was a very big move for me, but it helped. It helped. And the pros have remained pros for the most part. The cons have remained cons for the most part. So
was this your first time leaving the US to live in another country? Okay.
As an adult, yeah, for sure. It was my first time living abroad, and I have a whole list of pros and cons, and those pros and cons have kept me here for the most part. I do think that with the pandemic, some of the pros disappeared off of the list, but that's why I'm leaving, so it's all good. Because the pros are still outweighing the cons.
Okay, and how has this experience changed you or grown you?
That is a loaded question. I don't know. Lately I worry that I've become too detached from people because I've gotten so used to living here in my little bubble of solitude, and then with this pandemic also coupled onto living abroad in a country where the language is not your native tongue. I don't know, I worry about my detachment from people. You make friends here and they move away. You stay here, if you decide to stay here for more than a year, your friends that you meet, they're probably going to leave you at some point. All of my friends have left. All of them. And making friends every year, trying to get to know people and get to know new people every year is exhausting. So I do worry that I've become a little detached. Like I feel like I don't care about people as much in the long run when it comes to getting to know people on an intimate level. But for the way that this experience has made me grow, I've learned that I'm a very capable person. I can do anything, and I can adapt to anything. And I don't know, there's that quote where it's like, common sense ain't so common. Like, oh my goodness, living here has really taught me that. It really is. I won't say the rest of that. I will just say I've learned that I'm a very competent adult, and I always feel like I don't have my shit together, but the more that I get to know people, I've got my shit together. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, and
there's some strange people that come here. You learn. Even though you've been here for a limited time, I'm sure you've met some people where you're like, how do you live?
But I think I also am still very much in the honeymoon phase of being in Korea.
Soak it up for as long as you can.
Year one, when I'm done with year one, I'm like, okay guys, we need to talk. We need to sit down and have a talk. Okay, the last question I have for you is... No.
You can.
Should I?
You can.
Okay.
I mean, you can still ask that one, but you can.
I can? Okay. Okay, no, I feel like we've done this one already,
Okay.
so I'm just keep it. So, is dating in Korea worth it? Some people really want to know because maybe they find the person here. So, in your experience,
In my experience, no. It's not worth it. I am a pretty open person, and I've adjusted my wants over the years. There's been times where I've wanted a relationship and I want love. There are times where I'm like, you know what? Some fun would be great. There are times where I've thought like just a few dates, some just intimacy, just being close to somebody was all that I needed and I'd be fine. But finding all of those things is so difficult in Korea. And I've had friends who only wanted fun. And I think it's very easy to find the fun here. But is it actually good fun? Is it high quality fun? With my friend, there were probably only like 2 people she had high quality fun with, and everyone else was trash. So at that point I was like, well, what's the point? What's the point if you're supposed to be having all this fun and they're not even doing it right? So based on what I wanted, and there's been times where I wanted fun, it's just not worth it. I'd rather focus on myself. If I do want to have fun, I want it to be good, quality fun. And a lot of people I've met did not offer that. You have to worry about people who are trying to use you for English lessons. There are people who just they think like they just want to use any foreigner. There are people who want to use any black woman. There are people who like they love rap music and therefore they are looking for someone who looks like you. And that's just it's not even fun when they do that. Like if you aren't looking for anything deep and you meet those people, most of the time they're not able to provide you with the kind of satisfaction they're looking for. They are just satisfied that you showed up and that you look like you, and you're just there.
That's actually another question that I have. Do you think that dating is more difficult as a black woman?
Hell yeah, it's awful.
Because of all the face signs.
We fighting for our lives over here. No, like even it's awful. It's really awful. And like if you have that drive to just keep at it, then go for it. And I think it also depends on your standards. Just like with me coming to Korea, I always do pros and cons. And so if you are a breathing man and you're good looking, like that's cool and all, but there's probably a third thing for me. Like, are you good at the fun? Are you good at the fun? Do you reciprocate? Things like that. That's important to me. And a lot of people fail that part. I've dated men here. I've dated foreign men here and I've dated Korean men here. And ultimately I gave up. I was like, I'm good. It's just not worth all the trouble. It's not worth the frustrations. And even if I want to just get a good lay and my standards are on the floor, people still mess it up. So I personally do not think it's worth it. A person with different standards may think differently, but I don't have the patience for any of this stuff anymore. I barely had the patience when I came here for it. I was 25 when I moved to Korea and I was still looking around like, this is what I have to work with? And it hasn't gotten any better. So yeah, I think that if you are here and you want to date, be very honest with yourself about what you want and what you will tolerate and go from there. Because I've learned that I don't want to tolerate a lot of the shit that's flying. Some people will sacrifice so much just to have a Korean man. And for what? For what? Ugh. Sorry. Oh, it's so bad. Have you tried dating here at all? Yeah.
No. None of the apps, none of that. I haven't even attempted it.
It's like all headaches and little payouts.
That's because I've heard, I've heard so many.
I mean, you could be lucky. My first boyfriend that I was here with, we were friends. He came to me on the street talking about I was a missionary in Cameroon. And I was like, what is this weirdo talking about? I was not feeling him. I was not like looking at him like that. And then we hung out a few more times, and I started inviting him to like little outings and stuff, and then we started going on walks and stuff, and next thing you know, he's holding my umbrella and holding my jacket, and my friends are like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. But I started dating him. We dated very organically because we were friends first. We were friends for months before that even became a question. But there was that person. He was a decent boyfriend, but that was not something I was looking for. It wasn't something that came across my mind until it hit me like, oh, I think we're not friends. It seems like we're more than friends. So that's how that relationship happened. There was a guy, the guy that I was dating was Korean, and I met him in the club. He was not a good guy, but hence we met in the club. Like he straight up was like, I like you and I want you and I want to take you out. And I was like,
dang.
I love a man that takes control. So I was like, okay. And he took me out. He took me out on several dates. He had money. He had his own business. He was my style of man because I tend to like men with a certain look, and he ticked all the boxes. He met my friends. They were like, that man's beautiful. And I was like, that's my man. But yeah, of course, a man like that, he's a player. So that's the last guy I dated. But like most of my dating has not been something that I sought out here because it's just too much of a headache.
So if you are looking to date, let it happen organically.
Just as I said before, figure out what your standards are, because my standards might be different from your standards. I've learned that a lot of people will let a lot of shit slide here, and I'm not that person. I'm not that person. Don't waste my time. Don't.
Okay, I think I only have one more question for you, and then we are done. This one. So where to from here? Now that you're done with Korea, where to from here? You know.
I will go back to the U.S. where I will work on getting my master's degree for teaching English as a second language. Teaching English speakers of other languages, TESOL. I will get that degree, and then I will go to another country. I haven't decided on which country I will go to, but I have no plans of staying in the U.S. long term now that I've had a taste of countries with affordable health care, no shootings, no guns. Like, it's made a big difference in my quality of life, and I intend to do that again somewhere else. I don't want to come back to East Asia though. So somewhere.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering all of these questions. I'm sure it's going to be so helpful for a lot of people. It was helpful for me as well. So thank you for taking the time to come to my channel today. Do you want people to follow you on socials?
First off, thank you for having me. This was really fun. I really liked your questions. And you can follow me at Janee Ivorie on Instagram. I do daily vlogging where I just show you my everyday life. It's nothing like special. I'm not the cafe girl. I'm not going to show you a million beautiful cafes. It's just me living my life. But it's Janee Ivorie. It's JaneeIvorie. That's my Instagram name. Please follow me there. When I go back to the US, I'm going to continue vlogging just normal stuff. People say that it's soothing, so
it is actually. I when I do go on Instagram, I always check the stories. They're nice.
So surprising. I feel like I'm so boring. I just do regular things, but people like it for some reason.
I love it because like today I have 3 classes and I'm in main school today, and I'm like, I love it. And with the subtitles, with like,
love it.
It's
I do captions. I do my subtitles because I have some friends. Well, initially I started it because I had some followers who I knew were deaf or hard of hearing. So that's how it initially started. But then I have people that are like, oh my god, I love your work. I love watching your vlogs because I can watch it at work without the sound. And then I have some friends that are like, I have a baby. I have a fresh baby, and I can watch your vlogs without any problems because I can just read what's happening. So yeah, try to make it accessible.
So should people message you if they have any questions?
She's
answered everything. Yeah.
Don't message me with anything that you can't Google. Google first, because a lot of messages I get are things that people could have Googled, and that's annoying.
Okay, thank you again. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys have. Oh, I'm gonna let Janee do her outro because it's so cool. She's got a nice outro. I don't.
Oh yeah, you should have the outro.
I kind of just wing it. I'm like, bye guys, have a good day. See you next time.
You catchphrase. Okay. Well, I hope that the rest of you have a great day wherever you are in the world. Please remember that Black Lives Matter. Wear a mask, and goodbye.
Goodbye.